Hi YouTube, welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever it is for you. I think we're going to be reviewing a plate today, a stamping plate. I am going to be maybe playing with these flowers just a little bit and some nail art, so stay tuned for that. This is the stamping plate we are going to be using. I was playing with it a little bit yesterday, so you'll see that it's used, but these are some of the images. I am not going to lie. Some of the images were a little bit difficult to pick up. And I was trying to do a little bit of reverse stamping. And for some reason, I was struggling a little bit with this plate. I don't know if maybe it was my stamping polishes that were maybe taking too long to dry. Then, you know, the 4 times that I tried these images, the stamping polish just, it looked like it was dried on top, but then underneath wasn't completely dried, but you can't really tell. So then I would walk away for a little bit and come back. And then for some reason, it still wasn't dried. So again, I don't know if I need new stamping polishes or I need to maybe add some. I don't know if nail polish thinner would mess up a stamping polish. I guess I could try, you know, I could maybe see if I could experiment with maybe, I don't know, one of them and see. I'm going to have a bunch. These are just a few of them, but I could try and see if maybe, whoa, the thinner would work to thin these out. I mean, the thinner works for a regular stamping polish to thin it out. I don't know if I've never or ever tried with stamping polish. So I could experiment with one of them and see if it works. Because I definitely wouldn't want to add thinner to like all of my polishes and then it doesn't work. So, or it ruins them is what I mean. So I'm going to have to grab maybe, oh, you know what? I'm forgetting that I did that to this black polish here. This is a stamping polish and I did a few days ago add thinner to it and it did thin it out, but then I feel, I felt at the time when I tried to stamp with it that it was too thin. So it's been a few days. We're going to try it out again. This is the other side of the plate. By the way, this plate is Ejiubas EJB-X16. There it is right there. These are the images. Really beautiful images. So, we're going to attempt again. But I don't think that I am going to reverse stamp. This time, maybe that'll be a different video. So, I was trying to do these flowers yesterday. I just really want to see if this polish is ready to go. I wanted to give it a little bit. So, we will see. Okay, let me get... That was a close one. I'm going to get everything ready. You see, yesterday I was practicing here with some of the images. Now we have a fresh sheet. I can get rid of that. I like to kind of get everything ready first before I stamp because I don't like to be grabbing everywhere. I think I saw a roller, some sort of, it looked like this, but it was like in a case on Amazon, maybe eBay. And I liked it because it was kind of, you just laid it on your table and you would just kind of take your stamper and roll it that way. You don't actually have to do it like this. But this works fine. I was just interested in that, so but maybe we'll look into it. So let's see how, okay, we're still a little thin. You can already tell that it's very thin, so I may have added, oops, too much thinner. As you know, you have to be kind of quick with these images or the stamping polish. See, it'll work. I just think it's too thin, and I'll show you the difference. You know what? For example, how about we just stamp right on here, and I'm just going to give you an example of what I mean. So this is the thinner polish, and it looks good. But then I'm going to show you what it looks like with the Born Pretty polish. So let me just clean this up real quick. Did I say this Born Pretty polish was thinner or thicker? I meant to say thicker. If I said thinner. So, and if I did say thicker, I apologize. Alright. So, let's try it again with our thicker Born Pretty polish. I'm just gonna, you guys see what I'm doing? Just gonna get a little bit of the polish on here, right? And you can already tell by the pigment, excuse me, it's a lot thicker and more pigmented. So we're gonna do, I'm gonna try to get away from those flowers. Why am I feeling like I'm not getting a good swipe? Okay, let's see if it picks up. It still picked up. I felt like I wasn't getting a good swipe. Okay. So, why did I do that? I just did it right on. So as you can see, it's definitely a lot more pigmented. You can definitely tell the difference between the two. So the top one is the thinner polish, the bottom one is the thinner. Definitely the thinner is, or the thicker polish, excuse me, is better because it's more pigmented. It was thicker, but for some reason it came out, I think, much better. You see those lines in there? They came out not as straight and thin and pigmented. So we will use the Born Pretty polish. So hopefully this polish will thicken up in time, you know, over time. I'm hoping. I was stamping on my nail yesterday, as you can see. So I have her on my nail, but I was just playing around yesterday. So, like I said, I don't think we're going to be doing any reverse stamping. I kind of want to show you guys what these flowers look like, but there's so many images on here that you could play around, and I really want to try to pick her up. So we're going to try to do this one next. She looks so much fun to reverse stamp. Maybe we'll try a little bit. I just think that my polishes, my Born Pretty polishes, are thick, and I kind of like to reverse stamp with them. So I feel like they tend to get, look how gorgeous. Look how beautiful that transfer is. Stunning. Sorry, focus. There we go. Look at that. She's beautiful. I'm trying to look at the plate and look at her. I think it's pretty good. All the hairlines came out, the circles on the shirt, the glasses, there's no patches. Very, very nice. Look how beautiful she is. She'd be stunning to reverse stamp. That'd be a lot of fun. So, maybe we'll try it. We'll give it a try. So I think key here is you really want to try to make sure that you have enough polish on your brush. You can also do this with a dotting tool. I just think it goes quicker this way. But you want to make sure that you stay really thin, but also that you're not picking up the image. And I think that's the hardest part. Sometimes if the spaces get really, really thin, I like to then use, or small and tiny, I like to use my dotting tool. Sorry. Okay, let's try another color here. And as you see what I mean about they're really thick? So I might need new polishes, or I mean they're great for stamping to pick up the initial image, but when it comes to drying they take a little bit longer. So, and it doesn't matter if you get on the black because none of that is going to show. So when I turn my stamper around, I know you can't really see through there, I can see, but it works out. So meaning you're only going to see those two colors. You're not going to see, and oh, I got polish right on my hand. You're not going to see that you kind of overlap those two colors. So you'll be okay. How cool is she? I'm going to try to get a little bit closer so you guys can see what I'm doing here, but I'm going to speed up the video, probably add some music, just so this video doesn't take too long. I'm going to give her some brown hair. Make sure that I'm in frame. And see, you really, it's hard, but you want to try to stay in between the lines and make sure that your polish is really thin. And so you just keep filling it in like that. And then when it comes to the thinner strands of hair, I just turn around my tool here, my dotting tool for the thinner strands of hair. And that's it. And I just take my time with a really steady hand. And there she is. I think that I'm going to leave the rest of her not colored in, just so that this video doesn't take forever and the drying time can be a little bit quicker. Just I want you guys to see what she looks like so far. So we are going to give her a few minutes to dry and then we will stamp her. I don't know if it'll be on my fingernail or on a practice nail, but we're just going to give her a few minutes to dry. I'm just going back and filling in her shirt a little bit better. Trying to keep it really thin. You do not want this polish to be thick at all. So again, you could fill it in with your dotting tool, but sometimes I feel like the polish will stick to the dotting tool and it'll lift it right up, the image. But I mean the same for the brush too, if you're not very careful. And even if you're careful, it still can happen. So I just take my time and really gently kind of feather the color on, and that's much better. I don't really see any holes anymore. So there we go. I think that the only nail that's big enough for this image is my thumb. So we're gonna try that out. I try to do like a flower and raindrop type of deal. It didn't come out how I wanted to, but that's the fun about nail art, right? Okay, we're gonna pull back a little bit. All right. You always want to make sure that you clean off your tools. I always make sure before I put all my stuff away that I wipe everything down, especially my scraper and everything. So we're giving her a few minutes to dry. The way that you know that it's dry, it goes from kind of glossy wet to a kind of dry. I can't really describe it. You can tell the difference though between, you know, the wet polish and then the drier polish. We just applied these two colors and already the pink is dry, but you can see the teal color is kind of still a little wet, and the hair is definitely still wet. So you have to give it a little bit too, because I mean you could try and get it on your nail, but that's what was happening yesterday, is that maybe 4 times I tried to, and I did give maybe the first 2 or 3 times, you know, it looked like it dried. The first time I was impatient, I gave it like a few minutes to dry and it wasn't dried. And then the next couple times, the top looked like it was dried, but then I think in between somewhere it wasn't exactly dried. So then when you go to transfer it on your nail, it's not dried. And so what happens is when you kind of transfer the stamp from the stamper to your nail, when you push it down, it will. That's why I kind of try to roll it sometimes and not push it down. I see a lot of people just push it. What will happen is that you will kind of smush out the polish from in between the stamp and your nail. So when you take the stamper on your nail, you'll squish it down and then the polish will squish out if it's not dried enough. So as we're speaking here, I can see that it still needs a little bit of drying, but it is drying as we speak. So we're going to give that a little bit of time. Maybe we will work on something else, some sort of nail art. Can you guys let me know if you'd like to see me do maybe more sets like this? Maybe not on myself, but on tips, because I love to design, and I love to design on, of course, my own nails, but I kind of wanted to start working more on the press-ons. So these are not press-ons, these were just tips, but I was just playing around, playing, and I thought that these were super cute. So, I don't know. We'll see, guys. If that's something that you'd like to see more of, please let me know down below. Okay, let's check on our girl here. Girl, you good? You okay? You drying? She's still wet. She's still drying. Okay. I don't want to take out like 5 stampers. So, sorry guys, I almost knocked you over. I'm trying to see. Do I want to do more nail art? With some gems and things? Okay, I think we're just going to give her a second to see. This is the thing is that you want to get her down on the nail. And then I was thinking if I just put her on this holographic nail, you're just going to see holographic like through her face. Does that make any sense? So I mean, it'll look cool. It'll look cool like she's in a party. But I kind of want you guys to see what she looks like on a solid color. So I need to find or paint. I know I have, hold on guys. I have swatch sticks here. But I don't know if I have something. Hold on guys, give me 1 minute. I don't really want her face to be multicolored or purple or something, so or green, you know, something like that. So I'm going to, I think I'm just going to use just the white tip so we can see her a little bit better. Although I'd love for her to be on my nail. I could soak off my nail, but that's just too much right now. So, girl, we are waiting for you. We don't have much time now. Okay. I think I'm gonna grab another stamper. Guys, I think I'm gonna just put her on my nail, on my thumb. She's gonna look funny. She's gonna look, you know, like she's at a party. But I don't know if I have a tip that's big enough for her to fit on. And it won't look funny, you know? So that she doesn't have like a red face or something. But yeah, guys, I don't know. I really don't have a big enough, like a wide enough tip, because this stamp is wide. It doesn't look like it. But like if you were to put it on like, you know, a regular, but this one fit because she's smaller. But look at the size difference between her and her. There's a big difference between the width of the stamp. Her shoulders get really broad over here and they're longer than her face. So it's, you know, it's a pretty big stamp for a nail. I mean, even this one down here, I think she will fit pretty good. She looks pretty big. You might struggle a little bit with her. So these stamps are great, but they're just big. Like this is a big head, you know, like a big face for a nail. This one too, like I don't know how they're beautiful, but now that I have them, I just don't, they're huge for the nail. Like a normal nail, I don't know if it'll, you know, they'll fit very well. So just keep that in mind if, you know, this is something that you're looking for. Definitely if you're doing maybe an extension, you'll definitely have more than enough space. But if you're doing really tiny nails, probably the bigger ones are not going to fit. You know, maybe they'll fit, just not the whole thing. So I am going to try my best. I'm just taking a look at, because see, this is what I do to see if it fits on my nail. You can tell already it's not going to fit. I can even turn it around. It'll fit. I just think the shoulders might run off a little bit, but then she'll have a pink face. So let's see, guys. I'm trying to think. What do we do? If I put it on here, I don't know if you guys will see her very well. Let's try to just put her maybe over here, and if her shoulders run off a little bit, then so be it. But I want to get most of her, like most of her face. So let's see. Sorry, this is not the greatest angle for the moment. Just give me a second. Look, look, look. Her shirt didn't even stay with her. That was weird. Look. You see what I mean? So if you don't wait for her to completely dry, how did that? How did they disattach like that? That means that you look at that. The shirt even dried all that time we were waiting. That's okay, guys. But that's a great example because, see, she came off there, or the shirt came off there. It's hard because it didn't really look like it was dried, and I did not want it to. I did not want it to kind of mush out, but that's okay. We're gonna try it again. Let's try again. That's why we're doing this video. But see, that's what I was kind of facing yesterday, is that either I was waiting too long or I wasn't waiting long enough. But this time we're just going to, for the video, we're gonna try to pick her up just with black polish, just so you guys can see. Ooh, almost dropped the stamper. So I'm going to remove what I don't want. If I wasn't reverse stamping, you just remove what you don't want. I'm kind of glad that that happened so you guys can actually see, you know, where you can go wrong. But if you don't wait long enough, and sometimes if you wait too much time, it won't transfer. So it's kind of something that you gotta play along or play with it. So we're just going to add a weird angle. There we go. And I'm just going to, with my thumb, pat her down. She came out a little crooked, but that's okay. I still think she looks cute. Let me show you close up. Sorry guys, there's a really weird angle, but there she is. Super cool. So I do really like this plate, and it has a lot of cool images on the side for smaller stamping. Really cool designs. I love these hearts right here. Let's try out these hearts really quickly. I really wanted that reverse stamping to work out, but that's good because I want you guys to kind of see if you're starting to get into stamping. You know, I kind of want you to see what happens. So, I waited too long, although it didn't look like it was dried yet. So because this stamp went that way, I'm going to take the hearts and go that way as well. Look how cute. Oh. Just going to make sure everything is down there. And then I'm just going to take a top coat to lock her in. We'll keep her there. So, guys, I wish I could, maybe we'll do another video. We'll do another video where maybe we're not trying to stamp on my nails. And maybe we'll do some stamping in on the other side too, because we haven't tried the other side, on some swatch sticks. I think that'll be a cool idea. So, we're going to try a little bit of nail art before we go here. I'm just going to apply a top coat. Okay, so I just added a top coat. I am just going to clean up this really fast, and then, how did I get polish on me? And then we are going to add some nail art.